Hello? Hello? Hi everyone. It's Sunday. Yay, we love Sunday. What's happening on Sunday? Oh, it's a SOT RANT Sunday. We got a 47-minute video to watch. We see the blink crud. Yeah, we swagged out. We got the Adidas watch. Yeah, we got the little sword. We got the little sword. You see this sword? I don't think you can. We got a little sword on. We are swagged out white boy right now. Alright, we got 40 minutes of dog shit ahead of us. But first, do you read that? Do you read that in the bottom left? It says use of alcohol.
Orange soda.
Hello and welcome to the official Sea of Thieves podcast.
Okay.
No, we're joined by Mrs. Bones today. Mrs. Bones, yes. So, still...
Mrs. Bones. Drew and his wife. Look at the happy couple. Hear me out on Mrs. Bones.
Loads of facts.
Well, yeah, this was the first SOT employee to actually be able to get Skelly Curse, so it took him, 3 years.
Act 3 of Season 17, Reaper Fortresses are out in the world.
Well,
I want us to reflect back on Season 17.
It's a great season.
Sorry.
Well,
I
what
will
up,
say
Baz?
I was surprised, personally, about how some of the sandbox changes didn't land as well as we thought they would.
Oh, Mike, they didn't land as well as you thought they would. But we told you an insider that wouldn't land well, and you responded. He actively responded when everyone said, no, the limited content in Act 2 is dog shit. And Mike said, oh, just because it's limited doesn't mean it's limited. And we were like, yeah, that's what that does mean, you idiot. And Act 1, everyone in Insider for fucking 4 months at least was like, yo, smuggling shit is boring and useless. Why are we taking it from one smuggler to the other smuggler? That sucks. And you, Mike, said, you might be surprised. And we said, no, we are doing it all. But yeah, no, Mike, you can't say you are shocked that they didn't land well because you had fucking 3+ months of warning.
I think the focus on changing what the skeleton ships are hauling, what's
Well,
washed up.
Look, to be fair, that is cool. I think everyone does enjoy the black powder barrels. I think that's the only thing about this season that everyone enjoys. Sucks that after next season, they'll be hard to find because black powder barrels on skelly ships is a great addition.
The kind of focus of the emergent smuggler route and the main smuggler route, like there's just that mix in the sandbox.
Ooh, see, Mike here, what are you talking about emergent and voyage ones? There's only one smuggler voyage, Mike. You just took out the other smuggler voyage because it was the same.
And it's not all been doom and gloom, so if I think about some of the feedback.
This is depressing.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change.
He said there's been glimmers of promise, it's not all been doom and gloom. That's a dreadful thing to have to say. They're acknowledging that, like, a big amount of this has been shit.
Went down really well. The smugglers' outfits went down really well.
No, you didn't actually add the smugglers' outfits. Anyone who's played SOT or watched SOT this season will know that that loading screen where there's the 2 people with the black powder barrels, none of the cosmetics they're wearing are in the game. And according to data miners, they're not even modeled in the game, so... How can they just admit that with no actual consequences? Well, remember when they admitted they don't listen? Mike himself said, yeah, we have a problem with the listening. And it's like, oh, you're just admitting that, okay.
We did strive to add some little twists in there, but it wasn't very obvious. I mean, the fact that a lot of players perceived it as a bug, that phantoms were spawning, rather that they...
That was a bug because they were spawning endlessly. They weren't supposed to spawn that much.
That's okay, because next month you're going to get the next release. And that kind of pacey delivery of the season, rather than everything dropped at once.
Yeah,
like
and that's bad. It makes every month disappointing because you have about an hour and a half of content a month. It sucks, and we told you it sucks. Mike Chapman always wears his green overshirt. He does. Hang on, let me cosplay Mike Chapman right now. Initiating Michael mode. That's my best Mike Chapman right now impression.
Sea of Thieves at its core, you've got things washed up on islands, you've got things you find out at sea, you've got things...
Good Mike, good explanation of the game. You've got things you find. He said this before word for word. He has. This is just the shit he says on like the forums and stuff. Basically what we've got is a Sea of Thieves, mate. And he always describes the game as if he was a player playing the game for the first time. Yes, he really acts as if it's like this, like, I got into the game, there was birds and there was a palm tree. I went in the ocean discussing the incredibly convoluted annoying accommodation navigation. Once again though, what year is it? Like why now? Why is it taking you this long?
Dropping these breadcrumbs and allowing players to put together a picture. One example we've been talking about, right, was Lady Hysteria.
Don't mention her. Who is Lady Hysteria? She's the person who complained about this commendation having the alliteration KKK. An insane person. This is an unfortunate name for a commendation. Day one of asking for it to change. Simple fix. Keg knife, boom. Everyone in these comments was clowning on this person. They're like, there's no way this isn't satire, you moron. Is she still asking? No, she only asked one time and then everyone said, hey, so you're a stupid person. And now she's on the stream team. How do you see that and assume that? You gotta be a racist yourself, right? Like, who the fuck? And also, the game is made in Britain. KKK is a strictly American thing from a very brief period. I know it still exists in America, but like, shut up. That would be an interesting faction to add to SOT. Jesus.
From the moment I saw that video, we shared the amount of NPCs, the amount of dialogue. That would be a big task.
Dude, you know what they should do with the old NPCs is add a fucking animation or walk cycle beyond what they have. They should add a walk cycle for an NPC. Wouldn't that be crazy? Imagine if you went to an outpost and the NPCs were fucking moving. It's always shocking to me that the NPCs don't move in this game. Beyond, like, one... This anime, fuck, I'm doing the 6-7. Why they're not talking about the elephant in the room, which is the core gameplay loop they destroyed. They should remove sovereigns and diving ASAP. They don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge that diving has killed the flow of interaction in this game.
Because it was a little while ago now, was Reaper's Bones themed.
Oh,
and we asked the question about
the worst season yet. I think that was probably the worst season that I can think of recent memory. The Reaper season. It was out of order. It was boring. It was grindy and not in a cool way. And it sucked. And the long-lasting effects of it are nothing other than the Cannon of Rage is a complete pile of dog shit. Being able to open the Reaper's chest is kind of okay. The Reaper's Voyages, no one gives a fuck about, and I think that was everything. Name something moderately exciting they added since the Burning Blade. I'd say Black Powder Keg, but it is just a keg.
But then I want to get into the kind of the overall player rating for Season 16.
Yeah, let's hear it.
6.1 out of 10 from...
We call that a D+.
So it's solid, if not phenomenal.
Phenomenal? You're losing your job. What do you mean it's solid if not phenomenal? Phenomenal. You should be fucking... You shouldn't have this set up anymore. You should have sold it at this point.
Solid. It was not kind of on the kind of extreme sides of the spectrum of reaction.
6.1 means it was held up by the people who just voted 10 out of 10 no matter what without paying attention. 6.1 means it was a fucking 5. And so many people that care to actually respond to those surveys go 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. I love this game. That's what 6.1 is. 6.1 is a fucking 5 that a bunch of, you know, sycophants voted 10 because they're just like, I love the game no matter what. If the previous seasons were a lot higher than 6.1 and we knew that information, that would make sense for this to be an okay rating. Because it's like, yeah, look, this is disappointing by comparison to the fucking stellar season that came out before. But no, it's a 6.1 following a fucking 4 and a 2 and a fucking 0. Plays 1 content, let's add another fort type again. You know what, let's bring up the garrison info. So Act 3, Ashen Garrisons. With the Devil's Roar clearly having secrets to guard, Flameheart seeks to reassert control over the area by ordering the construction of 2 new Ashen Garrisons. These fortified barracks full of hoarded weaponry and treasures are surrounded by reinforced sea walls and are guarded by his skellies, increasing his presence in the area. Scale the walls, defeat the guarding skellies, and unlock the wall's main entrance gate to gain access to the garrisons. With the alarm now triggered, you must defeat waves of enemies to obtain a key to get into the interior of the main garrison building. Inside, you continue to delve into the depths, fighting off waves of Ashen, Obsidian, and Bone and Blade skellies, with the crescendo being a battle with the Skelly Lord. So, the way I'm understanding this is there'll be islands that have walls around them. Get off your boat, climb up, open maybe a big gate, sail in, then you do a fort, then there's a vault. That's what it sounds like. So the garrisons could be kind of cool, but probably only a couple times.
Tools like Cannon of Rage, Mercenary Skeletons, kind of 11% and 8% respectively, there was an awareness of. So players, I think, are giving us a signal that I felt a bit lost around.
Yeah, what do you do with the Cannon of Rage? What do you do with it? You do what Deb and I do, which is you go to someone's boat, and then if they have one, you deploy it, and then you shoot at them with it and blow it up. You ask too much? I do ask too much, which sucks because I asked for, like, the bare minimum, like, expected shit. If I was given 2 years, it's still shit. Yeah, this is a 47-minute video of them talking about how shit it is. I'm not joking. What is their rating scale here? Check it out.
Players really enjoyed live events a lot in Season 16, so
okay,
God of Glory and Fight Nights both had a 4.1 out of 5.
So 4 out of 5.
Average rating amongst our active users, which is fantastic. Whereas the Legends Unleashed event scored a little bit lower, 3.6 out of 10.
And then 3 out of 10. Why is there an out of 5 and an out of 10? What the fuck are you doing? So 3.6 out of 10 isn't a little bit lower than 4.1 out of 5. That's not a little bit lower. That's fucking half, dog.
I think it's really heartening to know kind of those event classics like Golden Glory still hitting the spot for our players. But I think...
I like Of course Golden Glory hits the spot because it's where everyone gets a lot more loot. Everyone gets a lot more loot, so why wouldn't they? Like, everyone gets a lot more gold. Like, it's just like, eh.
Player-driven health metrics that are impacting the experience the most. And that's player-driven health metrics are cheating and toxicity.
Wow.
That was rated, cheating and toxic behavior from other players were rated 2.6 out of 5 by all. That was rated, cheating and toxic behavior from other players were rated 2.6 out of 5 by all respondents. So I think we can recognize right here it needs work.
Wow. The people that are willing to fill out the survey are also saying people are very toxic. Who would have thought? Because toxicity is a fucking subjective spectrum. What I think is toxic, what you think is toxic is two very different things. Some people think it's toxic for other reasons. Yes. Most PvEers are the most... I said this before the Hunter's Call season. I was like, we're about to meet the most racist people on the seas when we start doing Hunter's Call. We're going to call the N-word more than ever. And we were. Because most PvE doers are fucking the actual toxic people. Because they think they're entitled to be untouched. Yeah, no, but yeah, so many people think shit's toxic that isn't. There's so many comments on Theb's videos where, like, we sink someone who calls us a racist slur. And they're like, you guys are so toxic. It's like, what the fuck? You know what's toxic? I say this all the time. Toxic by design. Horn of Fair Winds. What is a non-toxic way to use the Horn of Fair Winds in combat?
Hold on, I gotta go recharge this.
Because all you can do is knock people off the boat, corner them, knock them off the ladder. There is no non-toxic use of the Horn of Fair Winds against another player. There's no winning. Yeah, like, genuinely, you have added a thing into a game that makes it so you can deny me the ability to play the game until it runs out of wind. If someone calls that toxic, I understand it. It's toxic by design.
Purely on that issue of player encounters and the things like spawn camping and boarding protection, like, we know we've got mechanical deficiencies in
No, you don't. There's no mechanical deficiencies in boarding protection and spawn camping.
A game that we want to eventually go plug.
No. They're perfect. They're perfect, Mike. You just need people to know that they can scuttle. No. Do not plug those holes, because then you're catering to the fucking idiots.
As part of the survey, we asked what players thought of our communication and if they thought we were listening. So, like...
What did they think about the communication?
So again, going back to kind of the objectives we laid out in the community direct, we wanted this to be a new era for how we're communicating with our players. And we want to be really serious and intentional about improving our relations with our players and then also bringing them to the forefront of our decision making. So we asked if players thought we were listening to the community, and they scored us a 3 out of 5 on this.
What?
With 43% of all active users rating us a 4 or a 5.
No.
Which is not too bad. However, there's a very broad...
No, it was lower than that. It was lower than that. It's not an accurate number. And it never will be. And that's just how surveys are. But, like, unless you get people in a room to do a proper, like, thing. Who up gerrymandering the SOT survey results? What narrative was the fucking sneak season? The narrative was... You can now, she's looking at us. She is, Jesus Christ. Wall break. Yeah, what if, while the video's posted, goes, crud, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know, Christine, I'm sorry. Do you remember when they said these podcasts would be all about the future of the game? It's just kind of, oh, the next section's called What Players Want. Hang on, we got to watch this.
5 most popular areas for future content updates amongst our active users include 1, new world regions and locations.
Oh, the thing that, to be fair, years ago, Mike himself said couldn't be done because of the Xbox One. Oh shit, but they can make law reasons.
58.7%. New
more narrative content. Remember when they deleted the lore channel from the Discord?
Ship types was at 56.2% in third place.
New ship types will never happen.
New world events at 53%, and rounding out that top 5 was new sound.
Yeah, no, new ship type. And you don't need to be mad about it either, but it's like there'll never be new ship types, which is fine. It's whatever. They should add ship variants though. They should make it so the ships are the same functionally, but physically they look different. Like the sails are different locations. No, there's no reason for a new ship type. Everyone goes, what if there was a 10-person ship? It's like, bro, you don't have 9 friends. There was a good point someone raised on a thing, I think it was an insider, talking about how, like, world events suck because of Season 9 because It used to be if you were doing a FOF and someone else showed up, teaming up wasn't a bad idea. But now if someone else shows up, it only serves to make the world event last longer. It's like, yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. But like whenever all the grinding I've done this month is like, it's really annoying when there's other people there. Not because I have to fight them. I love that part. But because it's like, all right, well now I'm just fighting more skeletons because it scales with crew size. What if Kraken dragged you underwater? You had to fight in like Pirates Life Tall Tale. If it took too long, the cave would flood and you'd sink. If you win, let's go, your ship would float back up with rising water. It carries your reward surface. That'd be so fucking cool. Whirlpool? No. Green, that's on a whirlpool. You go in a whirlpool and if you take too long, you get sucked in. Then you got to fight it down there. You take too long, you flood. Simple. Imagine a maelstrom. Yeah, imagine a pirate themed thing. And I've been saying this a lot because a lot of people have been getting too comfortable about the quick switching shit. They're like, oh, I'm so glad they're giving this to us. It's like, no. They're fixing a mistake. They're not giving you a reward or something new. They're fixing a problem that they introduced themselves, which was the clunkiness. Don't let them give you back the toy that they hid from you and say, this is a gift. It's not a gift.
I think field of view, I think weapon switching are two really clear ones that we made some decisions at the time that were the right decisions to go make. But
as I said before, with FOV specifically, not only did they choose not to adjust the FOV years ago, but they also made fun of you if you wanted to increase. They called you toxic, they called you sweaty, they belittled you, they banned you from the Discord, they abused you, they treated you like shit. And that includes people who work for the company as mods on the Discord. They acted like you were a piece of shit. There was so many posts from Shira and Jotaro being like, we will never adjust the FOV, and you're a fucking idiot. That's paraphrasing. And you're an idiot for thinking we ever would. Rah. End of story. Case closed. Fuck off. And it's just like, really? Playing SOT makes me want to smoke cigarettes again.
I know people will go, it's
What was
for
that?
the PvP focused competitive community, but it's so not.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Drew gets it. He understands that FOV is an accessibility function, and every single other game has a FOV slider that goes beyond 90. FOV has nothing to do with sweatiness or competitive edge or anything. Because you haven't played a game other than SOT, you don't know this. FOV is not about Sea of Thieves. FOV is about being able to fucking see in a video game.
It's a game with combat in it, not a game about combat. Like it's another sandbox experience
Mike.
you can have in that world. It's
Correct.
not the sole focus. It could become the sole focus for a period.
Sea of Thieves is a game that has combat in it, but it's not all about combat. Except for when you go to an island and a skeleton spawns and you get in combat with it. Or you're sailing and a skelly ship spawns and you get in combat with it. Or you're doing a gold hoarder dig and when you dig up the loot, skeletons spawn. Or you're doing a gold hoarder riddle and a skeleton spawn. When is it not about combat? When is this game not actually about combat? Ocean crawlers, phantoms. What part of the game doesn't have combat in it? Because surprisingly, all of it is a game about combat, actually. The side goal is moving treasure. It's a mailman simulator where you go get mail and deliver it. But you're sailing in order to find combat. Think what they mean is PvP? It is what they mean, but that's not what he said.
It is a pirate game after all, but there are other things.
What is a pirate game? The whole time I tell people it's a pirate game and then they call me a slur, so I didn't know that. Every time I go, it's a pirate game, they call me the F slur because I killed them.
So I think we'll call it there for now, but we'll be back again in the season 18 podcast, so we'll see you then. Goodbye.
Well, that was upsetting. I'm blowing my shit smooth off. Season 18 delayed? What are you basing that on? Wait, are you basing that on reality? Why'd you say that? Dev up to— oh! Wait. Oh, it's a Crudfest miracle! Alright, guys. It's time for some crud humor. Okay. Oh, man. Before I even play this— oh, wow. So, why is Season 18 delayed? Yo, does that say fucking everyone's getting fired at Rare?
So it's only been a hot minute since our last dev update in October.
Yep.
But we wanted to get back in front of you all and share an update on Season 18. As
Okay.
things aren't going to plan.
When are they ever? The 3-month structure should be thoroughly bedded in the community now. The voyage that this is supposed to be, like if we go here, this shit wasn't in the game. They added the sanctuaries, they added some of the treasure, the placeholder treasure, they added the keys, they added the tridents, but they didn't add a way to find it. And obviously this update's supposed to be by like the 20th or so, you would assume. So that's pretty fucking funny. Okay, so that's why it's delayed. They haven't even started testing it.
We've also assessed the level of insider testing we've had on this feature set so far.
Almost none, because you just haven't tested it. All you've tested is the fact that the keys work.
Season 18 will now launch as part of our December update.
Okay, that's not even a big deal. That's a month. I don't give a fuck about a month. Except when Season 9 was delayed, it was delayed 3 times. Will this be delayed a 2nd time? I just want to know, is QuickSwap getting delayed to be with this update or not? December isn't that bad. Yeah, I think December, honestly, not the worst. Like, if you need only 4 more weeks to develop it, that's whatever. And it's holiday season, etc. Who cares? What's under the cap, Drew? You know what's under the cap? A fucking skeleton.
After great feedback in Insiders,
Wow.
our weapon switching improvements are feeling awesome and are now ready to go.
Oh,
These improvements,
QuickSwap on the 13th?
with a more responsive weapon experience now available for everyone, the reintroduction of techniques like quick switching return
Just call it quick swap. No one historically outside of Rare has ever called it quick switching. It's just quick swap, bro. Just call it that.
work needed in these areas.
Yes.
We're going to let the meta settle down following the
No,
introduction
shut
of
up
these
about the
weapons.
meta. When they were adding all the new weapons, if you guys remember, Drew talked about the meta. He said, we're adding a meta. And I kept saying, meta? Have you ever met a woman? Ba-boom. Basically, he was like, we're gonna let the double barrel pistol and the fucking throwing knife set into the meta. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna lock the armory and get rid of one blunder. And I was like, man, shut the fuck up. Unlock the armory, bring back one blunder, and make the harpoon gun good. The new weapons are only decent for PvE. Only one of them was decent for PvE. The double barrel is dog shit in every aspect. It's better. The single pistol's better at PvE. Do they do anything anymore? They have a team. It's not
The
something you
team
can
have
control.
crafted a survey that deep dives into this topic,
Playing as a profit
helping
loss? Yeah.
identify the types of negative interactions players
I hate this. I understand it, obviously, because there are toxic people, but toxicity is not a real metric you can measure nor properly enforce because every single person's idea of what is toxic is different.
We could focus on improving communication tools, reporting and enforcement, or go after smoothing over rough edges within the experience
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
You're welcome.
that we know can sometimes lead to players having negative encounters. This is
You could advertise the game as having player versus player interactions and make it more clear that people are going to betray you. Right, play with YRAN, people call them toxic half the time it's Fortnite, random noises, camp stops. Well, that's the thing, right? One of mine and Theb's more recent fucking stupid videos, like a couple months back, was the fart video where we're just making fart noises. And so many people are like, oh, that's so fucking toxic. It's like, all we're doing is playing the game, sinking people, but we're making fart noises. Are you even supposed to deal with toxicity in a multiplayer game? You can't. Yeah, you can't. They've already got it perfect. It's, you get fucking banned if you say slurs. It's so good. Yeah, this shit. This isn't toxicity.
Shut up with your fart noises, you little shit. I'm reporting you. I'm full reporting you for fucking yeah.
Yeah, people think that's toxic. That's not toxic. It's annoying, but nothing toxic about it because we were playing the game as intended. We were sinking them by killing them.
Let's call it there. Thanks for watching and for your patience as we get our next season up to scratch. Catch you all next time.
Wow. Pig bomb! At least weapon swap updates are hitting live next update. Thank God. So from the sounds of what he said, we are getting quick swap in 2 weeks. That's okay. I don't give a fuck about the season. 12 days till quick swap. That's all that matters.